Okay, so we actually just got back from China not too long ago. We were there for vacation, but decided to make a lot of Tesla stops along the way and have some other fun videos coming up. If you follow social media though, we actually had a good friend now, Jay, take us around. And he kind of took us all around Shanghai for 2 days, showed us all kinds of cool stuff. We went to Gigafactory 3. We got new rims for this all-wheel drive Model 3. A lot of cool stuff. A lot of cool stuff still coming too. But today we want to talk about Gigafactory 3. Been seeing a lot of tweets from those Tesla Q saying Gigafactory 3 doesn't exist. But we're here to tell you it does exist. We've seen it with our own eyes.
It's there, and it's real, and it's spectacular.
Anyway, we just want to kind of talk about it a little bit, what we've seen, what is now happening with Gigafactory 3, and just kind of show you some of the footage that we were able to get, because we were actually able to get quite a bit. The first day I went out there with Jay, and yeah, huge thanks to Jay. We'll put all his links down below. Definitely go check him out. He is based in Shanghai and does all kinds of like cool video footage on the updates of Gigafactory 3 on his Twitter and his YouTube and everything. And he actually even does tours for people. So we'll go ahead and link them all down below. Definitely go ahead and check out and subscribe to all his social media. It was kind of rainy, gloomy, wasn't able to drone or anything. But I did get some good footage just kind of driving by from the road, so I'll go ahead and insert that. Well, we're actually here with a good friend now. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Jay in Shanghai.
And
by the name.
Yeah, and he is actually showing us around today, and we just made it to the Gigafactory, number 3. But yeah, a lot going on here. Unfortunately, it's a little rainy, so I'm not gonna be able to fly the drone, so we'll have to come back. There's actually that building with the red sign right there. Talks about phase 2 on it. So this is all gonna be phase 2. And you have phase 1, obviously, kind of behind that. On the other side now, you can actually get it all in the frame here. It's really windy though. There's Gigafactory 3. And then the next day we were able to go out was about, what, a week later when we got back into Shanghai, and we'll kind of overlay that footage when we talk.
Well, first off, it's located fairly close to the Pudong International Airport in Shanghai, very close to the port as well. It's much closer to like a major metropolitan area than the Gigafactory 1.
Definitely. And in saying that, there's a lot of construction going on around. So it seems like several like big high-rise buildings, potentially maybe housing for employees, because there's going to be a ton of people working at this place.
Yeah, you can see right now there's housing for the people who are actually building the building. We don't know if that housing is going to stay there for employees or if they're going to be putting in some dormitories or some other housing, which is really common in Chinese factories. The workers often live and work right there.
Now, the current sizing of Gigafactory 3 in Shanghai, I would say is definitely bigger than when we went to Gigafactory 1 for the grand opening party.
Yeah, oh definitely, because that's more than doubled in size just since we visited it.
Exactly, but I want to say when we went to Gigafactory 1, it was almost the same age as Gigafactory 3 is now, and Gigafactory 3 is just so massive.
They really ramped up production on that from nothing to having a complete factory in less than a year. It's amazing.
It's so impressive, and I want to say even Gigafactory 3 is probably about the size of Gigafactory 1 right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'd have to look at like the drone footage.
Yeah, I'll put them side by side, but I actually think they're pretty darn close to the same size as it is. And Gigafactory 1 is like, what, 3.5 years old now?
Just
just
over 3 years.
So it's impressive with how fast they've really been able to get this up, and just goes to show you the speed at which things can be done if you can make sure you get all your permits and everything ducks in a row, pretty much.
And you have the workforce available, and the resources, and it's amazing. So one thing that's different about the Gigafactory 3 versus the Gigafactory 1, when the Gigafactory 1 was built, it just built batteries. That's all it did. And then they started expanding into motors and other parts for the Model S, Model X, Model 3. The Gigafactory 3, they're not building batteries yet, but they're starting to build the Model 3. Yeah,
which is kind of like opposite. But since that is phase 1 of the project, phase 2 is now going up. Leaks have said that phase 2 is going to be their battery facility and like a battery plant right next to it for the future. Because as of right now, it has been said that they're sourcing their batteries from LG Chem.
Yeah, they do have a different supplier, whereas in the United States for the Model 3 and European cars, those are all built at the Gigafactory 1 in Reno, or the Reno area, whereas these batteries are supposedly coming from LG Chem, which is what, in the Nanjing factory?
Yeah, and that factory is about 200 miles away from the Gigafactory 3, which is actually closer than Gigafactory 1 is to Fremont. It's about 50 miles less, so it seems like a good location to have batteries so close.
We have seen word online that there might be using different battery cells in the Chinese version of the Model 3 than what they use in the United States and European version. In the US and European, they use the 2170 cell, but supposedly on the Chinese version it's going to be the NCM 811 battery cell.
Yeah, apparently in talks with LG Chem, LG convinced Tesla to go with this battery due to the high nickel. I believe it's like 80%. Supposedly it's better for electric vehicles. This is what LG is actually putting on their buses and stuff like that they're making or supplying batteries for. So it's an interesting development. I guess we'll have to see in the future once they really start delivering some cars, if people happen to take them apart or can find anything about them.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how those match up on like supercharging.
Yeah, exactly.
And duration, range, durability, how long they last. It'll be interesting if there's any difference. Also in costs, we don't know.
A giant factor for sure. So the big thing though is Gigafactory 3 is only going to be producing 3 and Y. They are not going to be producing S and X. But there's a valid reason for that. Elon has actually stated that he thinks S and X are probably going to only become 5% of sales. So there really isn't a reason to start moving any lines there for only 5%. They can still ship those from Fremont.
Yeah.
But supposedly the first true production day for Model 3 was October 14th, and hopefully have mass production up and going by probably mid-January of 2020. So trial runs have been going on for a few weeks. It's only a matter of time until we start seeing these roll out for customer deliveries. Recently, the Tesla China site added a standard life upgrade Model 3 with the option to upgrade to Tesla China as an option, which is the Model 3 made in China, coming in at 35,900 RMB cheaper than the Fremont-made version.
As Eric mentioned, they're only going to be producing the Model 3 and the Model Y, and those cars are only going to be for the Asia Pacific region.
Right.
There aren't going to be Model 3s that they're going to ship back to the United States. But the location where they should be able to serve China and Australia, maybe New Zealand.
Yeah.
I'm sure New Zealand, since it's down in Asia Pacific. It's a good location because they're close to the Shanghai ports. That means they'll be able to get in supplies easy. They'll be able to load up the cars to ship them out to those other countries. And it's just a great spot overall.
Yeah, I mean, even when we were droning, going straight up, you could see the port right there. So the port is really not far. I think position-wise or location-wise, it's a definite win.
And flying in, as we said, it's fairly close to the Pudong airport, so you can basically fly in and be there within 30-45 minutes probably.
Depending on traffic. But
I mean, it's a lot easier than if you're like flying if you're trying to get there from like Fremont to Gigafactory 1.
Totally.
That's going to take you a while. It's a lot easier if you're, say, Elon Musk flying to visit the Gigafactory. You can fly right into Pudong, right into a car, and be there in less than an hour.
Do you think he takes a helicopter down there?
I suppose he could. Do they have any electric helicopters yet?
I don't know. You should maybe get on that, Elon, because it's not like you're busy enough.
Just like a big drone.
Basically. Food for thought.
Producing these cars in China for the Asian Pacific market opens up that much more capacity for the U.S. Gigafactory.
Totally.
The U.S. factory and the Gigafactory, since those batteries can all be going to the Fremont factory, and Fremont will be able to produce that many cars for the non-Asia Pacific markets.
Yep. So it'll open up hopefully some room for Model Y.
Yeah, exactly. Which we've seen some...
There have been some photos floating around.
Spotted recently, so it might be further along than we've been led to believe.
To be honest, I think all these projects are further along than people think, and that even Elon might have thought, because he said he was hoping to have cars roll off in 2020 for Gigafactory 3. But it looks like they're already starting now, which means they're, 3 months ahead, because this is the start of the quarter, which would be amazing, because I know everyone criticizes Elon for the so-called Elon timeframe. To be able to be this far ahead, I think would be huge.
And by freeing up that capacity, that means they could start ramping up Model Y, a production line for the Model Y in the United States.
And what about the truck? And the roadsters?
That'd be nice.
There's a lot of stuff coming up that this, I think, would really help open up some space for. Anyway, it was a great experience to go down and check out Gigafactory 3. I definitely don't think this is the last time we'll be there. Maybe next time we'll actually be able to get inside Gigafactory 3. Unfortunately, we were not able to this time. Definitely going to be a game changer for Tesla. But yeah, that's basically it. Comment down below what you guys think about Gigafactory 3. What would you guys like to see from another video if we go out there again in the near future? And we can go ahead and take care of that for you. As always though, huge thanks to our channel sponsor, Abstract Ocean. If you guys are looking to accessorize your Model S, X, or Model 3, much like this one, definitely check them out. Using code TESLAINVENTORY will get you 15% off of your first order. 2 must-have accessories are definitely going to be a center console wrap, because I'm not a fan of that gloss black material, fingerprint magnet, as well as a scratch magnet, as well as a matte screen protector, because it just helps keep your screen fingerprint free, scratch free, and reduce any kind of glare from the sun. As always though, thumbs up if you enjoyed that video. Go and click here to subscribe, here for some other ones, and we will see you guys in the next one.